Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We will begin with the entrance of the students in about 5 minutes. Once the students start to enter, the doors will be closed to the audience until the academic procession has ended and we have completed the blessing and the prayer. So please stay in your seats. Please stand for the entrance of the academic procession. Please remain standing for the invocation led by the Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor. Reverend Kalisnik will be followed by Elder Charlotte Nolan, who will provide a blessing upon this ceremony and the graduates.
When I look out on this gathering today, I see students who have worked very hard, professors and staff members who have guided them to this moment, and family and loved ones who have been part of their journey. This is truly a beautiful sight. I would like to invite you to join me in a moment of prayer. Creator God, known by many names, today we celebrate the accomplishment of each of these graduates before us. It is good to mark this day with a ceremony. It closes one chapter of their life while opening another. We collectively ask, give each graduate wisdom and courage in their next steps as they embrace new opportunities that will present themselves. Give each graduate the confidence to use the skills developed here. Through determination, discipline, and hard work, dreams can become a reality. And please remind all of us gathered here to embrace diversity and wonder with respect and growing curiosity. We thank you for the legacy of excellence here at the University of Winnipeg. We thank you for our leaders who have embraced the vision of how to interweave education and experience in the discovery of new pathways towards building the next generation of global citizens. So we ask you, God, to guide these graduates in their present and hold them close in the future. Amen.
Danse, bonjour. Hainista, Nibawis Gapska, Kui Square, Equa, Mikasumis the Demen Pimpetat, Equa, Charlotte, Kihu ni Dodam. Danse, bonjour, bonjour, good morning. It is an honor for me to be standing here today, looking over all these young people who are graduating. Education is something that runs in our family. I was mentioning to some people this morning that the first two teachers who came out here to Manitoba were my great aunts, Angelique and Margaret Nolan. In many ways, I've followed in their footsteps. When a grandmother said to me back in 1992, she says, "You've returned to us as a teacher." I had trouble with that because I was looking through blinders and all I saw in front of me was a classroom of 35 screaming children, and I didn't think I'd have the patience for that. And lo and behold, I've taught classrooms as big as this, and Creator has blessed me with the gift of patience for that, to share our culture, our traditions. I ask Creator, grandmothers and grandfathers, to come and join these families today, to walk with them, to help them in their understanding of life. The world is filled with all kinds of hardships, but this is a moment of joy, a moment of honoring those who've come this far. Next year, I hope to see me in that crowd. One of the things I found out is that I can come to university free of charge now. I'm over 65. And I asked myself that, why would I come to university? I work in social services. And I realized that when I went to school for social services, I had my doubts about being there. I was scared after 3 months, like, what am I doing here? And this woman said to me, she says, you're not only here as a student, but as a teacher. And over the months, that came to pass, that I was able to help some of my fellow students do some of the work that needed to be done and to help them through the struggles. As you go forward from this day, I'll ask for each and every one of you to do me a favor. Take what you've learned here at the university and walk with that. Know that you have a gift. Your mind, it's such a beautiful gift. We can learn so much, much more than computers. But sometimes this will confuse us as we go through life. Always remember, speak from your heart, think from your heart, and act from your heart, and everything will be good. So as you get ready to move forward, rejoice with your families and know that you've accomplished a lot. And know that as elders, we watch you and we're so proud of you. That's the one thing I do know as an elder or a knowledge keeper. I look at our young people and wow. I remember when we were holding protests and stand-ins and back in the 60s. And now I see our young people doing that, but doing it with words. So go out there and enjoy life. Enjoy all the gifts that Creator and the old ones will provide for you. Ekose, aho.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to welcome in our guests who have just arrived. Please be patient as they find their seats. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Annette Trimby, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the University of Winnipeg, located on Treaty 1 land in the heart of the Métis Nation. I begin with the significant acknowledgement to recognize the influence the land we are located on, its history, its present, its peoples, and its relationships must have on everything we do. I'd like to draw your attention to our beautiful new podium, given life to by Destiny Seymour and Mamie Griffith of Woven Collaborative, a local Indigenous-led design studio. The podium was designed in consultation with UWinnipeg students and staff, and it reflects the importance of Indigenous culture and identity at UWinnipeg. It is made from reclaimed Manitoba oak slabs representing the importance of the land we stand on. 4 rivers, symbolizing how water binds us all together, have been hand-carved into the oak slab with copper metal design accents that reflect local Indigenous pottery patterns and honor the history of Indigenous peoples within Manitoba. Distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, families of the graduates, colleagues and friends of the University of Winnipeg, I have the honor to declare open the 115th Convocation of the University of Winnipeg for the conferring of degrees in education, kinesiology, theology, physical and health education, and marriage and family therapy. We are pleased to be joined by a number of distinguished platform guests, and I want to introduce them at this time. I would ask that each person stand briefly as I call his or her name, and I would request that you hold your applause until I finish the introductions. In the third row, Dr. Drew Marshall, Provost and Vice President, University of Calgary. Dr. Peter Dorrington, Vice President, Academic and Research, Université de Saint-Boniface. Dr. Stephen Robinson, Provost and Vice President, Academic, Brandon University. Richard Graydon, Fellowship of United College. Dr. Jens Frank, Acting Associate Dean of Science. John Smith, Executive Director of the Aurora Family Therapy Center. Dr. Narumi Taniguchi, Director of the Marriage and Family Therapy Program. Dr. Kenneth Reimer, Acting Associate Dean of Education. And Charles Beckley, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. And in the second row, Colin Russell, Registrar. Dr. Lorena Fontaine, Indigenous Academic Lead and Associate Professor. Roberta Marsh, our new Chief Human Resources Officer. Dr. Gino DeStasio, Vice President, Research and Innovation. Mike Emsley, Vice President, Finance and Administration. Dr. Jan Stewart, Deputy Provost, Associate Vice President Academic, Acting Executive Director, Global College. Chris Miniker, Senior Executive Officer, External Affairs. Dr. Doug Goltz, Dean of Science and Acting Dean of Kinesiology. Dr. Glenn Moulazon, Dean of Arts. Dr. Kevin Clace, Dean, the University of Winnipeg Collegiate. Dr. John Anchon, Acting Dean of Education. And in the first row, Allison Cox, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper. Charlotte Nolan, Elder. Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor. Lynn Jones, Stars on Spence Street recipient. Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic. Bob Silver, Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg. Ida Baer, Honorary Doctor of Laws recipient. Annie Boulanger, Honorary Doctor of Laws recipient. Dr. Jacqueline Romano, University of Winnipeg Faculty Association President. Karina Couture, Campus Sustainability Award recipient. And Dr. John A. Bowman, Chancellor Emeritus, past honorary degree recipient, and member of the University of Winnipeg Foundation Board. This is your 115th Convocation Platform Party. I also want to acknowledge the presence of special guests of the platform party and members of our Board of Regents who are seated in the audience. Seated in front of me or serving as marshals are members of our faculty whose wisdom, expertise, and generosity of spirit have contributed so much to the personal growth and academic success of our graduates. We are also joined by many members of our staff, administration, and alumni who are here to share in this celebration and who play essential roles in making this university an extraordinary place to discover, achieve, and belong. I would ask you to join me in acknowledging all of these remarkably gifted and dedicated people. And the University of Winnipeg is proud to provide a live webcast of this ceremony for all family and friends who are unable to join us in person today. Welcome to all of those who are viewing this ceremony online. Convocation is a special time in the calendar of the university. It's a time when we gather together to honor our grads, bid them farewell, and celebrate their accomplishments. It is also a wonderful occasion to give honors to members of the university faculty, students, and staff who have made significant and worthy contributions to our university. And it is a time when we award honorary degrees to those who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and unparalleled excellence in their fields, helping to define and shape the principles and values that give meaning to community. Today, we honor Ida Baer and Annie Boulanger, each with an Honorary Doctor of Laws. An honorary degree is the highest academic status that can be bestowed on any individual. Those who receive an honorary degree demonstrate dedication and excellence in their field of work and have been nominated for consideration of this title. It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, to confer special honors on Ida Baer and Annie Boulanger. They will both be introduced by Dr. Jacqueline Romano, Department Chair of Indigenous Studies and Associate Professor. Chancellor Ida Baer and Dr. Romano, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Ida Baer, who will receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws. Ida Baer has played a pivotal role in the revitalization of Indigenous languages in the province of Manitoba. Originally from Norway House Cree Nation, she is an inspirational teacher and Indigenous language advocate with decades of experience teaching Indigenous languages to students at all levels. A talented linguist, she is fluent in both Cree and English, functionally fluent in Ojibwe, and has a primary level of reading and writing in French and classical Greek. Whether working directly with students or mentoring language instructors in curriculum design and lesson planning, she shares her passion for language revitalization with patient guidance and easy laughter. She is a vivid storyteller who brings Indigenous language instruction to life. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Ida Baer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws. Her lifelong commitment to Indigenous language education is a gift to future generations.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, Ida Baer, to the degree of Doctors of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
So you will smile and then you get to speak right after this. Okay? Congratulations.
Good morning. Many, many, many years ago in the 60s, I sat in an audience of 700 education students to get my first degree. It doesn't seem that long. After I got into the workforce, the machine just took off. I started off as a primary teacher. I had early childhood and I supervised grades 1 to 4 in a country schoolhouse. Very, very interesting. I remember walking into the classroom and I said, oh my God, I had all these children, you know, from ages 5 up to 9. But before that, I had spent time working in Island Lake in Garden Hill in an OG Cree community. I had a letter of permit from the federal government and they had promised to train me to be in a classroom. And I thought, crash course. Well, being a student myself, I remember procrastinating and then sitting up till 4 o'clock in the morning to finish my paper. But think about it at that time, how technology has really surpassed every expectation that there is for getting papers done. We didn't have that, we had our hands, right? Everything was done handwritten. Research was done manually. We had to go to these card files, look for our books, and then go look for them in the stacks. And then we didn't have technology like computers to condense and summarize books and articles and journals and so forth. It was very difficult for me the first year that I went to University of Manitoba. I was fairly young, and not only that, I didn't really have other students to be of support from my own culture. In fact, I was counting on my fingers how many students there were when I was a student, and I'd like to name them. They're known in public right now. Once in the Senate, Judge Murray Sinclair. He was at university when I was there. There's Ovid Mercredi. He's a constitutional lawyer now. He was the Grand Chief for Assembly of First Nations. Then there was Moses Sugimao. And I don't know what his specialty was, but I used to say he's a criminal lawyer. He's from God's Lake, Manitoba, and he speaks Cree. He's still practicing. And then there was Kenneth Young, and he was also a lawyer of our little group. There was 8 of us Aboriginal students at that time, back in the 60s. When you think about it, there's thousands of Indigenous students all over here at University of Winnipeg, University of Manitoba. I think what really fascinates me about education is the fact that it's open to diverse groups. There's absolutely no restrictions to anybody except that you should have a passion and a desire to achieve success at the academic level, at the university level. And I think back from my humble beginnings. 2 minutes? Okay. From my humble beginnings, I grew up on a reservation in northern Manitoba, and I come from a family of fishermen and trappers and hunters and gatherers. And it was actually unheard of at that time in the 60s that anybody from my family would end up going to university. So what was the magic ingredient? For many that pursued higher education is a love of knowledge, wanting to know new things, fascinating things in physics and science, in chemistry, in mathematics. When I was thinking about that, about these disciplines, I was trying to get together what I would say to the audience, and I was so scared, what will I say? After all these years of appearing before large audiences, I still get very nervous when I walk to the podium. I never carry notes. They're up here, that's oral tradition. It reminded me about mathematics, and there was some mathematicians that were joking around last night at the dinner, and I said, we had our own mathematicians. And I remember the old people that were still actively trapping and fishing, that they would be counting their catch by tens and then recording. And like English has numbers, we had symbols. And they gathered fish enough to last until spring. Fish to eat, fish to trade, and fish to feed the dogs, right? Because we had dogs then instead of cars. I make this point because coming from that traditional culture to another culture, say for example in Winnipeg here, to the culture of universities, that's a big jump, right? I remember my first practicum I went on in teacher education, and my critique recommended that I should take speech therapy because he couldn't understand me. But he didn't speak very good English either, so the two of us. So they recommended that I take speech therapy, and which I did. I was quite happy. And through that speech therapy, I learned that there is a difference in English between P and B, T and D, what was the other one? K and G. In my language, we don't differentiate. We flip them back. So Bob, a man's name, could be Pop, right? And it makes no sense to us. But other people, hearing you speaking English using Cree structure, find it very humorous. So people used to laugh at us, trying to speak English and that. Although I had use of English from earlier on when I was interpreting and translating for both my grandparents who did not speak English. I have seen history in the making in education. And just to add to that one point, and I'll stop. When people come out from reservations, they come into really a different environment back then anyway, because we didn't have television. Never saw television until I was 16, going on 17. I was familiar with radio and symphony, classical literature, and so forth from the radio, which cut out at 8 o'clock at night. There was too much interference, too much static. But I learned about boxing. One of my grandfathers was the interpreter for the community, so everybody would crowd around his radio. The batteries were this big, 12 volt. And he would interpret one match I remember by Joe Louis. How many know Joe Louis, the boxer? He was an Afro-American boxer. And he's successful. So here he was, word by word by word he was interpreting. And he read Braille. We were intact in our communities because we were isolated or semi-isolated, and we kept our language. And the tool or the task for the schools were to help us to speak English, academic English, and of course we never got the right instructors. We would have somebody from Europe come and teach us who had an accent, or somebody from a different part of the country like Newfoundland, who know about Newfie English, right? Well, we had teachers from there, right? So English was a focus at that time, but then 50 years later, I was counting last night, how many years was that from the 60s when I was in a classroom to now? I'm still in a classroom, but the situation is the reverse. And I mention this because you as students will get a job and may stay in a job maybe 5, 6 years, then you'll move on to another job. It's not unusual for young people to switch careers 5 times. I did it many times in my career, and I ended back up in education. So today, instead of struggling to learn English, we're struggling to get back our language. So Cree is not spoken at home anymore, except by a few, I think. And so in 50 years, we have lost our language, our indigenous language. And that's one of the things that I hung on over the many, many years. I started off at the University of Manitoba. I was there for 28 years, doing the same thing, introductory Cree, intermediate, and working with the language, breaking ground. And then we went into technology with multimedia programming in our labs, which was a demand for me because I was old school. What do I have to do? I went back to school and I studied computers, right? So when I ended up getting a job at Red River, they were using different computers, IBM. Guess what I had to do, right? Because I did Macintosh, Apple before. So it seemed like in all my 50 years of my career, that's how long I've been working. I've had to train and retrain. And so as students and graduates, this is something that you will have to look at because our society changes so fast. Just when you've accomplished and mastered something, something changes. So when you're going out as students, you are going out into society that has new things in the works, new things from what you know from looking at your parents, you know, with old school technology and so forth. It's fast today. And what I tell graduates, I tell my children, it's not enough to go to school once. You may have to re-enter education at so many levels within your lifetime of career. Marriage and staying at home is kind of obsolete, I think, but I think it's changing right now because there's research to show that the children who have their moms at home seem to be healthier, well-adjusted, and so forth, right? I raised my kids in daycare, so I wouldn't know that one there. So I want to give the graduates a word of advice. Be open in everything that you do. Our world is so diverse, it changes for everyone, not including a Cree-speaking woman who has, I think I'm very resilient in Western society. In any situation, I'm very comfortable. And I think that you ought to too, you know, be confident in different situations, that it's not fearful. Once you get there and you become familiar, then, you know, you have so many skills that you've received at this university. And we've been here since 1999, my colleague Annie and I. We've been teaching here in the languages department. And we see students coming and going at all levels because we're in building M, chemistry and sciences, just down the hallway there. A wonderful field. So with that, good luck. Although you don't need luck, you need skills. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ida Bear, for sharing your wisdom and your insights. And I noticed a thread between Charlotte's prayer and your words. Good educators are forever students as well. And you certainly went to school with an impressive group of people. So small in numbers, but mighty in impact. I would now like to call upon Jacqueline Romano and the Chancellor again to present Annie Boulanger with an honorary degree.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Annie Boulanger, who will receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws. Originally from Barons River First Nation, she has dedicated her life to the preservation, retention, and revitalization of the Ojibwe language, culture, and history, and the history of the Anishinaabe people. Her progressive approach to language instruction includes land-based learning and second language acquisition approaches using multimedia to develop lessons. A social, cultural, and political influencer, Boulanger's dedication to language revitalization is evidenced by her work as a translator, a transcriber, curriculum development specialist, and as an instructor. Her ability to create bridges between elders and youth has led to the development of a wide network of language nests, a bilingual and immersion-based approach to language revitalization that inspires and equips a new generation of speakers. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Annie Boulanger the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws for her long-standing commitment to Indigenous language preservation and revitalization, both in the Academy and in her community.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, Annie Boulanger, to the degree of Doctors of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is a little bit tighter on my neck.
Let's see.
Okay, yeah,
Relax.
good, okay. I'm going to start off by saying, Bojuanin, Mamana Nakindis Nikas, Ubikimansin Dodem, Mekinakaking Donji. For myself, it's very important that I say my Anishinaabe name and also my clan and where I am from. So greetings to everyone, to the President, Chancellor, professors, staff, family, graduates, family and friends of graduates, and also supporters. First, I want to say, Kshimigwech, a big thank you, and I am honored to receive the Honorary Doctor of Laws from the University of Winnipeg in recognition of Indigenous languages, culture, and history. This year, the United Nations declared the International Year of Indigenous Languages. I am extremely honored to be able to speak and share my Indigenous language, Anishinaabe, culture, Minupmadziwin, and history to all learners. I grew up in Omimiuziping, it's Barons River First Nation, in a large family. I was very fortunate as we were able to learn Anishinaabe, Ojibwe language, stories about our culture, ceremonies, and learn the traditions and customs through my upbringing. Today, I acknowledge and say Kshimigwech
Thank you to my ancestors, grandparents, parents, family, elders, knowledge keepers, and community people, as they worked hard to pay the way for us. My grandparents and parents had a very strong work ethic and integrity, who lived by their values and principles, which has been passed down from generation to generation. We learned through observations and listening to stories, and by doing, through the teaching of our parents and grandparents. Today, we live in a different era where we can access things instantly. It was not like that in the past. Graduate, today is your special day, celebrating your accomplishments through your hard work and sleepless nights. It is also a good day to say thank you to everyone who has helped you during your studies. As we move forward, you will gain new accomplishments, face challenges and obstacles. But now you have a network of people and mentors who will help you and guide you. And you too will provide that service. You will gain new experiences and meet new people throughout your journeys. Education and work experience is part of our lifelong learning. Whatever path you take, I wish you all the best. Remember to have courage, be mindful of others, and continue to inspire others in your chosen profession, as you too will become a role model in your community. Ame Chimigwech.
Thank you, Annie, for sharing your knowledge and vision with our graduating class. We're very fortunate to have Ida Bear and Annie Boulanger as part of our community. To recognize their dedication, several prestigious awards are presented to faculty and staff on an annual basis at our spring and autumn convocations. Several of these awards were presented at a dinner reception last night, and I would now like to call upon Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic, to come forward and to publicly acknowledge and congratulate two of the recipients. James?
Thank you, Dr. Trimby. 9 members of our university are being recognized for outstanding contributions, 2 of whom I have the honor to introduce. Award recipients, could you please stand as I call your name? Karina Couture. I have the pleasure to present Karina Couture, who is being honored with the Campus Sustainability Recognition Award. Couture encourages sustainability through her work with student volunteer programs, sharing of gardening knowledge, and collaboration with community partners. Since her arrival at Winnipeg in 2014, Couture has been involved in teaching and sharing sustainable growing practices with students in the community. Couture is currently a biology instructor, and she coordinates the biology department's annual plant giveaway project. The giveaway is a highly anticipated campus event that sees more than 2,500 fruiting and flowering plants given away every spring. Karina is also actively involved in revitalizing the university's Centennial Greenhouse. In collaboration with others on campus, Ms. Couture is helping to turn this space into a multi-use area for teaching, experiential learning, and community engagement, including working with Diversity Foods to explore growing herbs and fruits on campus year-round for the university. Recently, Couture is working with the Langside Learning Project that is creating a space to promote knowledge sharing, sustainability, and community engagement. The University of Winnipeg is proud to present Karina Couture with the 2019 Faculty and Staff Campus Sustainability Recognition Award. I have the pleasure and some personal satisfaction presenting Lynn Jones, who is being honored with the Stars of Spence Street Prize. Jones has dedicated her 40-plus years of service to doing everything she can to make UWinnipeg a better place for students, faculty, and staff. Arriving in 1977, she first worked as a library assistant before joining the office of the Vice President of Finance and Administration, supporting 5 successive vice presidents and 4 presidents. Jones was closely involved with the planning and construction of many iconic campus locations, including the Duckworth Centre and Bowman Student Centre. The Duckworth Centre, where we are, was soon a second home for her as she became an avid Westman volleyball and basketball fan. Outside of attending games, Jones has supported the Westman Scholarship Program and hosted visiting student athletes in her home. She was also instrumental in establishing the university's first recycling program and has been involved with the United Way campaign for more than 30 years. The University of Winnipeg is proud to present Lynn Jones with the Stars of Spence Street Prize.
Thank you, Dr. Curry, and congratulations to all of our award winners. We have now come to the part of the program that our graduates and you who are here to share this special occasion with them have eagerly been anticipating. The registrar, Mr. Colin Russell, will present the graduates, and our chancellor, Mr. Bob Silver, will confer the degrees. The parchments will be handed to the graduates by the dean and associate dean of each respective department. Each graduate will also be presented with a University of Winnipeg alumni pin by Charles Beckley, President of the Alumni Association Council. This is a special day. This is an important rite of passage, an occasion for joy for our graduates and for the friends and family who have helped them on their way. So please feel free to express your admiration of our graduates or any particular graduate as they cross the platform. Mr. Russell and Chancellor Silver, please.
Would the graduands please rise as their degree is called and remain standing while the other degrees are announced. Master of Divinity, Bachelor of Theology, Master of Marriage and Family Therapy, Post-Baccalaureate Diploma in Education, Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Kinesiology, Bachelor of Physical and Health Education, Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I request you to confer upon these candidates and upon those receiving their degrees in absentia the degree for which they have qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit those present and those receiving degrees in absentia to the degrees for which the prescribed studies have been completed, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Please shift your cap tassels to the left. Congratulations, you are now graduates of the University of Winnipeg. Thank you. Please be seated. I now beg leave to present the graduates for congratulations. The recipients of the Master of Divinity degree, receiving the Nisbet Memorial and Winchester Prize, Ji Young Jennifer Choi. Jean Whitney Pavel. Kurt Antonio O'Brien Sharp. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Theology degree, Michael Roger Edward Thibert. Michael is receiving the Tate and Anderson Prize. Theodore James Robinson. Now the recipients of the Master of Marriage and Family Therapy degree, Jacqueline Erin Fox. Dorothy Monkman. Melissa Ann Steele. Stacy Gail Wilkinson. Now the recipients of the Post-Baccalaureate Diploma in Education, Jennifer Nicole Anderson. Carol Lorraine Bichok. Rebecca Ann Brown. Lisa Marie Bruce. Evelyn May Clark. Wendy May Coveney. Megan Jacinta Ferreira da Silva. Jenna Helen de Boer. Kirsten Rachel Dobriansky. Chelsea Elise Ray Dion. Michelle Lynn Marie Dombeck. Amber Friesen. Allison Chelsea Giroux. Kendra Jean Howard. Janine Ann Jaworski. Kumara Meenakshi. Kristen Agnes Irene Phillips. Maria Polishchuk. Nikki Albina Simard. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Education degree. Julianne Michelle Alexander. Stephanie Yvonne Carroll Amateur. Anne Marie Antony. Lindsay Dawn Baldock. Altricia Barrero. Tristan Morgan Barteski. Kaylee Hope Baziak. Jody Brianne Beauchamp. Michael Ryan Benjamin. Courtney Ariana Best. Brett Paul Biggerton. David Robert Blanchfield. Rachel Stephanie Block. Paul Aguinem Botange. Jasmine Brar. Amandeep Kaur Brar. Riley Matthew Eric Berdeen. Alexandra Virginia Braesky. Kristen Beverly Bruce. Margaret Doolan McLeod Bryson. Claire Isabel Burns. Kayla Lynn Busoli. Amanda May Cabalquinto. Eunice Ann Cadau. Sarah Alexandra Carnevale. Larissa Emilia Chimuk. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in education and our valedictorian this afternoon, Larissa Marie Chubenko. Receiving the Bill Gadsby Pre-Service Teaching Award, Danielle Como. Eve Kathleen Corey. Brianne Chanel Sizowich. Taylor Derek Nick Daniel Patterson. Darian Eleanor Marie Davidson. Leanne Davies. Melissa Ashley Dayton. Angeli Rose de Leon. Christy Kathleen DeFair. Jennifer Lynn Dirksen. Jessica Renee Devlin. Michaela Yvette Domish. Alexandra Karen Dormer. Lindsay Hope Dudick. Kaylin Melinda Dunn. Laura Elendu. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Arts 3-year and the Gold Medal for 3-year English, Melita Cora Enns. Jessica Kaylin Evely. Andrew John Fauché. Nick Feldy. Ariel Calama Fernando. Patricia Bautista Figueroa. Teresa Suzanne Friesen. Nicholas Mark Friesen. Juanita Roberta Francis Froese. Marissa Suzanne Ferletti. Cyrus Quinnell Gervais Tourangeau. Lauren Janice Gibson. Bailey Gillies. Haven Elizabeth Glufka. Nicole Nadine Golbou. Nicole Amber Gomez. Taylor Mackenzie Gowie. Alexander Frederick Grant. Chelsea Gwindon. Christian Peter Hansen. Brooke Avery Victoria Heron. Briar Kayleen Hildebrand. Ryan John Harabi. Garrick Hutzel. Anthony Peter Lloyd Ingram. Cheryl Ann Jackson. Tatiana Christian Yanovchik. Kira Danae Jansen. Victoria Lane Jones. Christine Lucille Grenier. Monica Kasperkevich. Hanbit M.A. Kang. Jennifer Brianne Kasprick. Larissa Marie Kowaller. Chloe Madison Kaler. Jordan John Kelly. Shelby Jane Kesson. Brandon Alexander Kipe. Courtney Marcia Kirkness. Megan Marie Diane Clausen. Sean Cola. Marissa Cost. Shayla Dawn Kostiniuk. Lisa Elaine Coalition. Marie Kozera. Sabine Khan. Eleni Craiusi. Haley Ann Kupiak. Anuja Kaushal. Amelia Kwok. André Maurice Labossière. Megan Alice Therese LaFrance. Janelle Corinne Laundrie. Bryn Patricia Lorraine Ledger. Megan Patricia Lewis. Madison Daisy Lowen. Gwenan Gias. Janelle Alyssa Lowen. Kaylee Page McDonald. Alexander Zachary Mandrick. Danielle Marie Marcisa. Liam Wallace Marshall. Haley Brianne Martins. Marley Mashowski. Jolie Maxfield. Sophia Rose Metweashing. Devon Jacqueline McFadgen. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Kinesiology, 3-year program, and the Gold Medal for achievement in the 3-year Kinesiology major, Lisa Marie McFadgen. Madison Elizabeth Meekin. Rochelle Monnier Black. Brittany Morose. Amy Laurel Moyer. Ian Edmund Douglas Mullins. Tanya Rhonda Sher Muswagon. Erin Kathleen McCashew. Cami Mackenzie Nagel. Shania Neyron. Ashley Barbara Jean Officer. Chelsea Lynn O'Hanley. Leah Alexandra Olson. Tony Ellen Nadine Olson. Adriana Pollock. Amy Nicole Penner. Larissa Ann Margaret Don Penner. Haley Christine Pershot. Imelda Paulina Perez Garcia. Kelsey Louise Persowich. Camille Joy Pineda. Alexander Marshall Potter. Marise Comia Punzalan. Ling Ling Chiu. Daryl Foley Riley. Calissa Bryn Shirley Reimer. Stephen Scott Reimer. Caitlin Abby Rempel. Jordan Kelly Ray. Chelsea Joy Rivard. Stormy Lee Roach. Crystal Brianne Roberts. Danica Olga Doviak Romanu. Hazel Roque. Ethan Christopher John Ross. Dustin David Ross. Receiving the prize of the Ambassador of Switzerland in French Studies, Amy Erin Ross. Vanessa Rose Ryle. Clementina Sacchi. Aaron Ray Seiko. Peter Andrew William Sawatsky. Marika Catalin Shirley Shala. Clarissa Mina Schmitz. Julia Megan Schroeder. Devin Dexter Schauman. Brooke Lee Sigurdsson. Vanessa Gwen Sikora. Amanda Christine Sinclair. Elena Anne-Marie Smith. Amy Emily Smith. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in education, Leah Catherine Sunan. Philip Arnaldo Souza. Brianna Jean Sparling Bedard. Sarah Louise Steinbart. Monica Jane Steeler. Abby Marie Stoughton. Adam Randall Strong. Brianne Amber Sivret. Daniel Andrew Shaminsky. Brianna Michelle Taylor. Nicole Elizabeth Taylor. Kate Lorraine Thorosky. Carly Melissa Dawn Tkachik. Brittany Noel Taves. Kristen Destiny Ulysses. Ryle Cornelius Unger. Rebecca Jane Unger. Ikjot Kaur Apau. Brittany Elizabeth Van Alstyne. Tasha Vinci. Madison Kelly Visna. Connie Alana Marie Wall. Natika Natasha Warmington. Grant Edward Watson. Adam Lee Wozni. Weldon Gavin Neil Webster. Amy Jolene Wilson. Robin Victoria Wilson. Gold medal for achievement in three-year history degree, Josh Stewart Winter. Terry Lynn Bonnie Wood. Courtney Wispiansky. Stephanie Kristen Yalitz. Courtney Caroline Yo. Liam Zarillo. Brittany Jean Zinnick. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science four-year degree in Kinesiology, Chinwoke Ifeyenwa Nikiruka Azagwara. Brianne Caitlin Bailey. Derek Brogan. Ivy Mae DeCorby. Amelia Mackenzie Duncan. Angela Grospe. Nicole Helen Haleko. Receiving the gold medal for the four-year kinesiology, Ainsley Victoria Ann Hodge. Kelly Dawn Jonason. Kelsey Brianne Lacroix. Stephanie Kathleen Lacusta. Selena Liang. Ying Liu. Christine Lobo. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in kinesiology, four-year, Maitland Martin. Abigail Cecilia Ann Meadows. Ryan Nicholas Mosel. Johanna Nicholson. Erica Jeanette Nickel. Michaela Ann Pachelek. Vincent Cesar Perez. Alessandro Filippo Petiti. Alexandra Victoria Rose. Raquel Sanyuk. Jennifer Dawn Seekings. Navreen Sidhu. Emily Chantel Smale. Phu Tran. Evan William Zachary Van Dale. Jordan Danielle Elizabeth Warren. Kaylin Jessica Wood. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Kinesiology 4-year degree, Scott Charles Anderson. Megan Brooke. Lane Danton Dukes. Madeline Marjorie Ferguson. Jared Frobisher. Brittany Golebiowski. Gardi Huagamamaga, Donna Benara Thilochma Huagamamaga. Rachel Hollad. Stephanie Tricia Hunt. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Kinesiology 4-year program, Holly Nicole Cashton. Renee Annie Simard Killick. Brendan Kyle Lee. Gabriel Aaron McDougall. Callie Ray Caroline Noctegal. Shaylin May Pepper. Shannon Ray Serras. Jenna Taylor Stewart. Quintana Jordan Sandra White. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Physical and Health Education, Carl Daniel Alfaro. Suk Brar. Marco Decimero. Natasha Dorel Esquivel. Craig Douglas Krochak. Suzette Doris Marie La Rochelle. Tyler Thomas James Linklater. Receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Kinesiology 3-year program and the Gold Medal in 3-year Physical and Health Education, Kevin Andrew Lowen. Courtney Darlene Marcinishin. Rachel Margaret Meiklejohn. Miguel Oliver Palma. I'm pleased to present the graduating class of Spring 2019.
I have to say I'm feeling a little bit of love and pride in these graduates. What do you say? Maybe a little relief? No. I always say that the Chancellor and I have the best seats in the house because we get to see the students, now graduates, as they walk up to that podium over there. And to be honest, many of them look a little tentative. They look a little stiff. And then they start to walk up the stairs, and then Colin Russell says their name, and he gets it right. And then you see their eyes start to smile. And then when you make a little hootin' and hollerin', and say, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my mother, whatever, then you get the full smile. So, you know, it's a little short journey across the podium, but we know it represents a lot of hard work, and it's a real privilege and an honor to be able to experience that with each and every one of you. So I would now like to invite Charles Beckley, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, to welcome the graduates to the Alumni Association. Charles.
Good morning, graduates. Let me hear you make some noise. Good morning, graduates. Make some noise. Louder. Woo! Whoa. I'm honored to be here to celebrate your success with you. Again, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning, distinguished faculty, staff, friends of the university, proud parents, of course, and again to the graduating class of 2019. As the current president of the U-Winnipeg Alumni Association, I happily welcome you to this distinguished group of more than 50,000 members. Your hard work, dedication, perseverance, has finally paid off. And I ask you that you should please wear your alumni pin with honor and pride, okay? Now, fun fact, the university is the only place where you'll find multiple professions in one building. After today, teachers will work among teachers, scientists will work among scientists, lawyers will work among lawyers, and the list goes on. It is also in the university that one comes to the realization that alone one is nothing, but together strength and might are achieved. Now, it is with this sentiment that I want you to acknowledge the connections you have forged during your time in this institution. Cherish them and hold on to them dearly. Those connections are seeds today, but an oak tomorrow. The person seated next to you could be your future colleague, business partner, boss, mayor, a doctor. I believe I have a colleague here as well, so you never know. So please make sure you stay connected with them. Now, our mission at the U Winnipeg alumni is to build and maintain a lifelong relationship between the university and its diverse alumni. And this goal, honestly, cannot be achieved without you. I've been in this position for a year, and I understand the need for alumni involvement. So please, we need you to come and be involved with the alumni. The association also has a strong desire for members to remain connected to each other and to the university. Today, this very moment becomes true for you. Your relationship as an alumnus starts today, hopefully to last a lifetime. Now, we have our flagship events such as the Alumni Speaker Series and also an upcoming mentorship program. These are a few events that you can use to stay connected and engage with the University Alumni Association, and I urge you to please make this a part of your future. Now, in whatever you plan to do in life after today, please do not forget that knowledge compounds. You came to the university with prior knowledge, and today you're leaving with more. You were willing to learn, so you got help. You were determined to learn, and no one stopped you. You got this far not because of what you already knew, but because of what you came to learn. And it is the same in life. You will advance further by the things you learn, so please don't stop learning. Lastly, as you transition to the next chapter of your life, I hope you will use the education you have received at the University of Winnipeg with honor. I do. I encourage you to always be great ambassadors in your neighborhood, at your workplace, in the city, and in the country. The true measure of any individual is in their readiness for every opportunity that comes their way. Be ready, seize every opportunity, and do well to make an impact and leave a legacy, letting your good name resound wherever your feet may trod. Congratulations once again. Your future is friendly. Your future is bright. Don't give up. Ignore the naysayers and win. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Charles, for your enthusiasm and your leadership. On an occasion such as this, we thought it was important to hear from the students, and so I'd like to invite the Spring 2019 valedictorian Larissa Chubenko to the platform, and as she makes her way here, I will tell you about her. After initially graduating from the University of Winnipeg with a Bachelor of Arts in International Development, Chubenko chose to return to school and is now graduating with a Bachelor of Education, Early Middle Year stream through the After Degree program. She is passionate about working with inner city children. She believes access to education is a powerful means of helping even those most vulnerable with opportunities to reach their potential. Currently working as a substitute teacher in the Winnipeg, Seven Oaks, and Lord Selkirk school divisions, Chibenko hopes to teach full-time after convocation. In the future, she plans to pursue a master's degree in international development in education. Please join me in welcoming Larissa Chibenko.
Wow. Good morning. I would like to begin by echoing Dr. Trimby's land acknowledgement. Dear Chancellor Silver, President Dr. Trimby, honored guests, faculty, family, friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2019. Congratulations to all of you. My name is Larissa Chibenko, and I am part of the Early Middle Years After Degree Education program. When I was asked to address the graduating class as valedictorian, not only for the Faculty of Education, but for Kinesiology, Physical and Health Education, Theology, and Marriage and Family Therapy, it's safe to say that while honored and humbled, some anxiety was felt, particularly because my knowledge of anatomy, physical activity, counseling, and spiritual guidance is far beyond my area of expertise, to say the least. However, when considering how I could connect our unique fields of study, what I think is important to reflect on is what inspires us to do the work we do. An influential professor once told me that when considering our desired career paths, they must reflect purpose and meaning in our lives. In so doing, such a path should be of interest to oneself, sustain one financially, bring value to the world, and finally, act as a personal calling. While our callings may be something we feel we have discovered or continue to seek, we have all had moments that have influenced and inspired us. I was greatly influenced through my first practicum at King Edward Elementary School in Winnipeg's North End. Many of my students' realities included poverty, exposure to violence, and lack of basic needs being met. Despite such challenges at very young ages, these incredible students epitomized resilience and strength. They are an inspiration to myself, and I know to many of my colleagues, as they do not let their circumstances define them, as they continue to try to overcome barriers that no one should ever have to experience. Working with my students has further strengthened my belief that every student, every person, has the right to achieve their potential with opportunities to do so. This requires the support of people like you, who all entered professions that encompass immense compassion, support, and dedication for the betterment of others. One of the first lessons we learn in education is that we all learn from one another. Therefore, while I could continue to share some of my thoughts, I felt it would be best to seek the counsel of some wise people, those being my grade 4 and 5 students from Constable Edward Finney School in Seven Oaks, whose teacher is Robert Kennedy. They eagerly shared their advice for us new graduates. While their words of wisdom are targeted for new teachers, there are all points we can all consider and learn from. Some of their advice is as follows. Never give homework, but chocolate needs to be given every day. Fair enough. Don't be serious and make sure you're funny. Tell some jokes as long as they are not dad jokes, because dad jokes are corny. I apologize to the dads out there. Your jokes are great. I have a feeling that also may have been directed towards me, so that's fine. Take a break if you need. When teachers let friends sit together, it is amazing, especially best friends. Be careful on prank days. Help students who are hurt and help them to be kind and not a bully. Have field trips every 2 weeks. Let students have extra phys ed time. You should try hard. Be happy and don't get frustrated. Be a role model. And finally, don't be scared or nervous. You are all going to do great and will be amazing. What I appreciate about this advice is that it comes from a place of our students wanting to better support and encourage us, just as we strive to do for them. It also emphasizes the importance of being supported in order to achieve goals we strive to accomplish. With consideration for this, I would now like to express our gratitude for those who have helped us along our educational journeys. To our professors and faculty members, your mentorship has been invaluable. Thank you all for your dedication, support, and investment to our learning and in us as students. Your role extends far more beyond lecture instruction and overseeing of practicums. Many of you have gone above and beyond what has been expected of you. As students, we look to you not only for academic knowledge, but learn from your shared experiences and advice you have to offer. Notably, I would like to acknowledge Karen Ridd, instructor at Menno Simons College, and Dr. Jeannie Kerr from the Faculty of Education. Both of you have had a profound impact on me as educators, and I cannot thank you enough for your mentorship, guidance, and support. All right, sorry, my mom is probably crying now, so I apologize to the people in the row beneath her, but to her families, friends, and loved ones. I can only imagine how difficult it would be to enter a program with the support of loved ones. For those of you who are gathered here today, and for those who could not be, thank you does not begin to express our gratitude for the pivotal role you have all played in helping us get to the point where we are today. We are who we are largely because of your influence, guidance, and support in our learning. While we may not always express it, please know just how appreciative we are to all of you and your sacrifices and support. I also speak with personal gratitude to my parents for always encouraging me to pursue my passions and supporting me in my endeavors. To my cohort, the community we have built over the past 2 years is one that is embedded in professionalism, respect, and encouragement for one another. Based on our class scheduling, we would often joke that we saw each other than our own families. And like a family, we were there for one another through our challenges and successes. This is a bond that is unbreakable, and I'm certain will be maintained through the years to come. I am thankful for the opportunity to have learned not only alongside you, but to have learned from all of you. For my fellow early middle years after degree classmates, having undergone our education degree in this unique way was an incredible experience because of all of you, and I will always value our friendship. As I conclude, I would like to present a task as we embark on this new chapter. But of course, since this is a task, I have to follow the TIC approach, or TIC. And for those of you who are not in education and do not have this ingrained in your memory, as all of you teachers should, that stands for task, intent, criteria. Task: do what you love and love what you do. Take risks, be bold, and make a difference. Intent: so that you feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment, and that you use your talents and skills to give back to others in your community. Criteria: as Michelle Obama says, success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's lives. Congratulations, graduates, on all of your hard work and accomplishments. Embrace this special moment and take time to celebrate all you have worked so hard to achieve. I wish you all the best as you partake on this next chapter in life, and hope that whatever path you may choose is one that fulfills you. Congratulations, graduating class of 2019. Thank you for this incredible opportunity and honor. All the best to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Larissa. Thank you, Larissa's family and friends, and thanks to those grade 4 and 5 students for wonderful advice. So graduates, I want you to know that we are very proud to share in your success. It's been a great day, and before you launch into your next chapter of your life, I'd like to share some powerful words with you by Canadian author Richard Wagamese. He said, "All that we are is story. From the moment we are born to the time we continue on our spirit journey, we are involved in the creation of the story of our time here. It is what we arrive with. It is all we leave behind. We are not the things we accumulate. We are not the things we deem important. We are story, all of us. What comes to matter then is the creation of the best possible story we can while we're here. You, me, us, together. When we can do that, and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside. We see each other, we recognize our kinship, we change the world one story at a time." I'd like to reflect for a minute on what this means as each of you, with your diverse backgrounds, perspectives, and goals, graduate from Winnipeg and move into the next stage of your life. We live in a complex world where new headlines and social media bombard us with big issues every day. We hear stories highlighting the need for reconciliation, unmet healthcare needs, food security, political unrest, the threat of climate change, and more. None of us on our own have enough skills, knowledge, or time to solve these big issues. But as we share ideas and resources, as we ask diverse questions and listen to one another's stories and perspectives, our capacity to change the world expands. We need all hands on deck because diversity creates resiliency. And in order to change the world one story at a time, we need to embrace each other's differences. We need to listen to and learn from one another. This is evident in the work of this year's honorary doctorates. Elder Dave Crochane's ability to inspire dialogue between Indigenous knowledge keepers and Western-trained scientists has inspired a global commitment to environmental stewardship. We heard yesterday from John Mighton, and he has shown us that improving children's access to math is about more than numbers. It is about teaching children of all backgrounds to be creative problem solvers, cultivating the knowledge and confidence for social change. Elder Ruth Christie's gift for storytelling has brought Indigenous history to life for countless scholars and young adults, creating a bridge of understanding, healing, and transformation that stretches from one generation to the next. Annie Boulanger and Ida Baer have dedicated their lives to the preservation, retention, and revitalization of Indigenous language. We are very thankful for their vision and leadership. Annie mentioned that this year has been recognized by UNESCO as the International Year of Indigenous Languages. Language holds such an important part of our lives. It allows us to communicate with one another, access education, and provide a window into deeper intercultural awareness. Out of 7,000 languages spoken globally, 2,680 are in danger of becoming extinct. This is tragic because when a language dies, its stories are lost, and those stories are our connection to the cultural identity and history that shapes who we are today. Winnipeg has a strong reputation for graduating leaders. We are a close-knit community. We are committed to outstanding academic scholarship, research excellence, and community engagement. We have seen generations of families walk our halls, and we are proud of this legacy of individuals like past Chancellor Emeritus and past Honorary Doctorate recipient Dr. John Bowman, who has been a key figure at Winnipeg for more than 5 decades, and whose grandson graduated yesterday, along with this 115th class. John, please stand and please join me in a warm round of applause. Dr. Bowman has been to more convocations than any person alive. He is over 90 and he spent 14 hours with us yesterday without a break. I could only hope to have that stamina. So what Dr. Bowman and all of our honorary doctorates have in common is a focus on community, on making a positive impact on the world. This is a legacy passed down to each of you that when you are invested in community, when you bring people together with diverse gifts and perspectives, great things happen. During your time here, you've learned to think critically about the ethical problems facing our society. You've learned to innovate, collaborate, and make good decisions. We're very proud of the valuable contributions you Winnipeg grads bring to society, tackling issues ranging from diabetes in the inner city to the water quality of our lakes, mapping the effects of climate change, and advancing reconciliation. Each of you has a unique story that brought you here. It's a story that includes triumphs, transformation, uncertainty, and resiliency. And it is a story that highlights the importance of community. Your teachers, classmates, parents, family members, friends have all played an important role in your education, supporting you, encouraging you, and inspiring you to push through the long hours of study. And your Winnipeg community will continue to be there cheering for you as you go on to achieve great things and make an impact on the community in your own unique way. As we close, I want to go back to the words of Richard Wagamese and encourage each of you that your best possible story is that one we tell together. When we can do that and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside, we see each other, we recognize our kinship, we change the world one story at a time. On behalf of the University of Winnipeg, I want to extend my congratulations. Please join me in another warm round of applause for all of our graduates. I know that whatever path you choose going forward, you will not be taking it alone. That is evident from all of the people that chose to spend their morning with you here today. As a show of thanks for all of those who have supported you so far, I'd like to invite you to the graduates, the new graduates of the University of Winnipeg, to turn in whatever direction you like to find those people who came here to support you and cheer you on. And please join us in a warm round of applause for them. I would also like to thank Chief Marshal Dr. Danny Blair at the back and the faculty marshals, Chief Usher Andrea McCluskey, those members of staff who volunteered as ushers, sign language interpreters Blake Morris and Lacey Kaler, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper Allison Cox, members of the Winnipeg Police Pipe Band and our pianist Alina Havreluk. Thank you to the many members of staff who have helped us to organize this event, and again, on behalf of us, the faculty of the University of Winnipeg, for placing students first and embodying the pursuit of excellence to which we are all committed. Before you go, I want to know something, though. Our former provost used to tell me he taught every single graduate English. Did you all take a course from Dr. Alberto Saveto? No? Well, why were you hugging so many students? Anyways, thank you. I want to acknowledge our distinguished Chancellor, Mr. Bob Silver, for being such a wonderful supporter of the university. I want to acknowledge Elder Charlotte Nolan, Dr. Ida Baer, Dr. Annie Boulanger for joining us today. And thank you once again to the graduates for making us so proud. So we're now about ready to adjourn, but before we do that, we're going to have an honor song by Allison Cox. Our registrar, who not only pronounces your name right, is going to sing "O Canada" with a beautiful voice. And then afterwards, we're going to sit down, and the students, the graduates, and the platform are going to leave, and family members, you can join whoever you've come here to be with outside on Marcia Hannon Way. So thank you.
Shameful, but our present premier's diplomacy is missing in action in all fronts.